How's our roving reporter, Noel Fanning? What do the coaches have to say, Noel?
Well, in the Anakie rooms, Carl Tholborn spoke very well to the boys. He said he wanted them to give it their all in the first 10 minutes. He said he wants to, he's asked a big thing of them. He said he'd like them to be 4 goals up at three-quarter time, which means they've got to kick an 8 or 9 goal quarter, which is a big effort.
Sure they will.
And in my opinion, the signs are there that North Geelong could run right away with this game, whereas over in the North Geelong rooms, Dennis Hines said he felt it took his boys a bit of time to get going, but once they got going, they looked settled into the game. He said, Anakie are not fit. We'll just run all over them if we can hold them out this quarter. And he said he wants his boys to run down into their back line this quarter with the ball because of Anakie having a very strong breeze. And I think the breeze has picked up a bit, Ron. I think it's now would be worth at least 5 goals. So that's about what the coaches had to say to their respective sides, and I think
it's on already. David Roach and Craig Eves are into it,
and the umpire bounces the ball in the centre, and it's picked up here by Vivian for North Geelong. Kicks the ball out towards the half-forward line there. It's North Geelong going into attack. Scrambly kick down there on the half-forward line. They dive on the ball here, scoop the ball out, and the umpire move in and ball it up.
The reason why it was a scrambly kick, mate, was because it was a great smother by David Roach on that occasion, the Anakie half-back flanker. And we'll wait now another bounce at centre-half forward. Wyzak comes in, thumps the ball towards young Jimmy Elmer. He can't trap it, but Glenn Thulburn can. Quickly kicks down the half forward, but Wayne Thomas comes out, fists the ball down to where Buse traps it sweetly, pops onto his left foot, but there's nobody home except Mickey Carter. Carter now plays on, kicks it along to half forward, looking there for Julian. Cockrell comes through strongly now, pushed in the back for mine, feeds off to where Scotty Simon feeds it back to where has been taken right out of it too. That looks like Jamie Walker in all sorts of trouble. We see now that Burns, cops one too there from
Jamie Walker's still down there at centre-half forward too, Ron. And while I was in the rooms just quickly, number 22, is that Purcell for North Geelong?
Yep.
Yeah, his shoulder doesn't look good at all, mate.
No good, that's disappointing for the North Geelong boys.
Right, the kick now up towards the centre wing. Players set themselves over the back of the pack. It comes. Anakie tapped the ball towards the line and it goes over and we'll have a throw in. We've been going just on a minute and a half here into this the third quarter. The boundary throw in. Up they go. Wyzak taps the ball over the back nicely looking for Scott Simon. Couldn't pick him up. North Geelong. The ball kicked off the ground by Anakie. Picked up here. A handball to Thulburn. Thulburn thumps the ball down towards centre half forward. And a nice mark taken out there for Anakie by their captain, is it, number 28?
Yes,
David Cook.
Interesting move that Cookie's been moved from centre half back to the forward line.
Yes, well, it's on again here. They're at it again. Right. As we see now, Cook comes in as has a good shot for goal, and I think he's brought up 6 points to the Anakie side, and that takes Anakie now to 8 goals, a 3.
Ron, I was talking to Yannick Olsen, coach South Barwon under 15s to a championship side this year. He's an ex-coach of Anakie, and he said something very interesting to me at half-time there. He said Anakie probably went the bash for too long when they had the breeze, and I'd hate to see them make the same mistake again while they've got the wind. They're trying to unsettle North Geelong, I think, here.
Right.
It's on again here. It's on again here, right in front of the umpire. These two, number 9 and number 34.
Right, the bounce of the ball favours Wyzak. He tries to grab it out of ruck. Thulburn gets it, screws the kick down towards centre half forward. Over the heads of the players it goes. Good play out here. Handball wide. Anakie run onto this ball out there through the agency of Cockerell. He kicks back towards the centre half forward. North Geelong strong in defence here. Diving on the ball is Belair's there, but the umpire will move in and ball it up.
Well, the runners for both respective clubs doing a fair bit of work here this afternoon.
And I think the emergency umpire's earning his keep.
Sure he is.
Right, the bounce of the ball down at centre half forward. Up they fly. No one gets the advantage. North Geelong come away through in defence. Picked up out there. Anakie handball back in the Thulburn direction. He dodges around once. Spears the ball out towards the half forward flank. Looking for his captain out there. But the ball beats him across the line and we'll have a throw in.
Yeah, mate, that's very poor football for mine. When you've got about a 5-goal breeze, you go long down the corridor.
That's what the coach asked them to do, mate. They're not doing it, are they?
Right, the throw in now, tapped over the back by Anakie, but it's cleared there by North Geelong. But Mark spilt down there on the half-back line by Anakie. North Geelong comes through, kicked the balls forward through Jacobs. Comes out here, thumped away by the Anakie defence, down towards the centre wing. Players come towards the ball, but Scott Simon beats him across the line and we'll have a throw in.
Well, we've been travelling 4 minutes of this third quarter, and well, there's only been the one goal scored to date, as we see that good football there from Vivian, gets it down to Jones. Quick kick up to half forward, but I think you'll find he's popped it over the line on the full, and the penalty free kick to be taken there by David Roach. Roach now taking his time. Now decides to kick the ball long, and he's kicked it right to a nest of North Geelong players, and Timmy Schwinnison, the skipper, takes an easy overhead mark. Schwinnison now kicks the ball long too. That's the order of the afternoon. Up there looking for Alford, but it's over his head. Alford kicks it off the carpet, but unfortunately for the big fellow, popped it straight over the line and out of bounds.
You don't see many drop kicks these days, do you?
Not really, but he stuffed it right up.
Kicked the drop kick straight into the crowd. I think his dad's over there.
Right, straight across the ground. Bad play here by the Anakie side, and good play by North Geelong. Get the ball in, running into an open goal. Bang, home she goes, and that was by Barry Jacobs. That was good play by Jacobs then. Anakie went across the ground. Jacobs ran through the centre there, got that ball, had 2 bounces, and brings up his second goal for the afternoon, and North Geelong's 12th. We see now North Geelong go to 12 goals 5, 77. Anakie on 8 goals 3, 51 at the 5.5 minute mark of the third quarter, brought to you by Guest Video Productions.
Ominous signs are starting to creep in, I would suggest, that I think the Anakie boys might be starting to tire a little bit.
Well, Dennis Hines did say that they'd be a lot fitter than them, and by looking at them, I agree. And Yannick Olsen said the signs were there in the second quarter that they might move away with.
North Geelong come away from the centre bounce through Jones, goes down to the half-forward line. Oh, and a good mark, and 50 metres. A good mark taken there by Barry Jacobs, and 50 metres.
Lucky they missed. If they had hit him, it would knock his bloody head off.
Well, Gerald McMahon can maybe be grateful for having no one on the bench, because I think both players on the bench have been concussed, Noel, is that right?
For Anakie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they'd be struggling to have anybody on, and North Geelong have yet to use one of their interchange players.
Well, this could be Jacob's second goal here for this third quarter. Comes in from point blank range, bang, through it goes. It's his third goal for the afternoon. North Geelong's 13th, so we have North Geelong on 13-5, 83, leading Anakie on 8 goals 3, 51, and that is at the 6.5 minute mark of the third quarter, brought to you by Guest Video Productions.
And the Geelong District Football League.
That's it.
Black and white,
Barry Jacobs there, basking in some sunshine here this afternoon at the Western Oval, as Gerald McMahon gets dragged.
That's good coaching, I believe, don't you?
Yes,
Sorry, what are your thoughts?
Yes, 100%. Really good, Noel. I agree with you. Going on to the ground is Jeff Totten, and coming off there is Gerard McMahon.
I will. I'm going to make a statement tonight.
Aaron Woodman's got a lot to say in the crowd here this afternoon, Ron Brown and Barry Walker.
He surely has.
I think he's got a long day and a long night ahead of him, hasn't he?
I think he has got a big night.
Right, the bounce of the ball in the centre. North Geelong get the tap out of it. Sharked here by Anakie. Good play in the centre of the ground. Sees the ball, kicks down towards the full forward line. Rooney in front, couldn't take it. Over the back of the pack it comes. Beliers runs onto it. Bounce, no good for him, and North Geelong come away out of the defence through Marty Widdowson. Over the line and out of bounds.
Marty Widdowson nearly handballed that onto the Anakie bloke's boot then, and it would have been out of bounds on the full. It would have been good to see that.
Good tactic.
It would have been fantastic skills.
Well, that throw-in again was a non-productive one, because the ball has gone straight over the line again, and we'll see a throw-in take place 30 metres from the Anakie goal.
Now remember, folks, this is the Ron Brain quarter, the third and vital quarter of football.
And it could be a very costly one for the Anakie side the way they're going, as Jeff Beliers is swamped by North Geelong players. And we'll see the throw-in again here, some 40 metres from the Anakie goal. And, well, we've been travelling 8.5 minutes, and Anakie only managed the one goal. As we see now that a high tackle has been placed there on Malcolm Key, and he'll take the free kick at half back.
Rides from centre half back, the ball kicked towards the centre of the ground. Players set themselves. North Geelong couldn't take the mark. Coming through there for Anakie and kicking the ball forward to Sculthorpe. Right down to the forward pocket, but it's all North Geelong in defence, and a nice mark taken by Wade Thomas.
This bloke looks like Ray Byrne, doesn't he? The old Collingwood champion.
Thomas goes straight across the ground where we see Sean Phillips with the ball out there. Kick the ball down towards the wing, but his kick is too wide, and the free kick will be taken by Anakie, to be taken by Scott Simon. Simon now out between the centre wing and the half-forward flank, thumps the ball back towards centre half-forward. Players set themselves, but it's all North Geelong in front, and a nice mark taken by Darryl Jones.
Well, a little bit of lack of purpose there, I thought, from Scotty Simon. That torpedo punt, I mean, just went anywhere, and we see that North Geelong now get out of attack. The big fellow there, Isaac, couldn't take the overhead mark, and North Geelong now go forward, but we see that Neville Gogol now traps the footy, screws the ball back from where Scotty Simon is in front of his opponent, but the kick, a poor one, and it's gone over the line now for another throw-in out of side centre wing here of the Western Oval.
Right, the boundary line throwing, up they go. Anakie get the shark of the ball, thumped away towards the boundary line down near the 50-metre line, and we'll have another throw in. We've been travelling just on 10 minutes into this, the third quarter, and we see North Geelong on 13-5-83, Anakie on 8 goals, 3-51. Right, the boundary line throwing, picked up here and kicked forward again by Simon, down towards the full forward line. Good body work by Roonier, and he's taken a mark no more than 10-15 metres out directly in front.
Well, Phil Rooney's kicked 2 goals to date, and his opposite number at the other end of the ground has kicked 6. So he needs to really get a spurt on this quarter, Phil Roonier.
And that's about the difference in the game too, I'd say, Ron.
Yes, it is, Noel. As Phil Roonier comes in with that drop punt, he's hooked it slightly, but I think you'll find he's just squeezed it in, and Phil Roonier kicks his third and a badly needed 9th goal to the Anakie Football Club.
I don't think Marty Widdowson was too impressed with the goal umpire's decision then, but 6 points is recorded, and we see that North Geelong are on 13-5-83, Anakie are on 9 goals, 3-57, and that came up at the 11-minute mark of the third quarter.
Phil Roonier and Terry Eberts is...
There goes that emergency umpire again, mate. He has certainly earned his stripes today. It's good, isn't it, when the umpires get out there like that and get involved. Very, the game's quietened right down now. I think we should create a... Alan Woodman's got his Bannockburn boozers here.
That's it.
Right. The bounce of the ball, Anakie get the tap out, but it's North Geelong little men in there, getting the ball out wide. A quick handball to a running teammate, kicks the ball down the Alexander direction. He can't trap the ball. He's still in there fighting. The ball comes out where we see in there picking up for Anakie, or trying to pick it up, but Alexander comes through. A quick handball back inboard by North Geelong. They couldn't trap the handball. It goes out wide, picked up out there for North Geelong in the boundary line. Screwed back in. Alexander couldn't take the mark. Play on calls the umpire, but North Geelong here sweeping on the ball, trying to pick it up. They can't. Good desperate defence by Anakie here. Bottle the ball up, and the umpire move in and ball it up.
Well, Anakie a little bit fortunate on that occasion, because North Geelong really should have capitalised from their opportunities in that instance.
Yes. Right, the bounce of the ball in the forward pocket. Up they go. Anakie get the tap down, but no one can take advantage of it. A big fella in there couldn't get it. Kicked off the ground there for North Geelong, right to the forward pocket. Anakie come out of defence towards the 50-metre line. Players set themselves. Over the back of the pack it comes. North Geelong tap the ball wide. First onto the ball is North Geelong. There, he's caught with the ball. Handball's back in. Belair's can't get away. His handball comes down long towards the wing. The ball goes towards the boundary line. Picked up for North Geelong and kicked forward there by Tim Swennerson. Going through is North Geelong number 8 in Views. Picks it up nicely. Runs away. Decked after he kicked the ball. It goes down to the 50-metre line. Alexander gets it. Nice play. Taps it across to a teammate there. His handball goes down, but it's all Anakie in defence now. Slips at the crucial stage. A handball to his teammate Wyzak. He couldn't do anything. Alexander comes through for North Geelong. Couldn't control it. North Geelong, Anakie kicked the ball down, but it's a nest of North players, and the mark taken here by Darryl Jones. Jones handballs across to his teammate there in Tim Swenison. Swenison kicks the ball down towards the forward pocket, over the heads of the players. Running onto the ball is Moroney. Handballs to a teammate, running into an open goal. And that's his third goal for the afternoon, this quarter rather, in Barry Jacobs. His fourth for the afternoon, and the scoreboard now sees North Geelong go to 14 goals 5, 89. Anakie on 9 goals 3, 57, and that is at the 14-minute mark of the third quarter, brought to you by Guest Video Productions.
Well, Dick Philpott's Marvellous Magpies look as though they are just about red-hot favourites for the 1990 Premiership Cup here for the Geelong District Football League, but we've only been travelling 14 and a half minutes of this third quarter. Anything can happen to this greatest game in the world, Australian rules football, as we're back to the centre of the ground, and Adam Gladkey puts the ball down. Isaac ups it forward, but Moroney sharks it sweetly on the left foot, goes long to centre half forward, and the big arms of Neil Elford pull down a screamer. Elford now, he'll be kicking from a good...
Oh, it's on again.
Yes, and Alan Moroney and Jeff Cockerell don't really, or Greg Cockerell I should say, don't enjoy each other's company much.
Right, Alford kicks the ball out towards the leading green in the forward pocket. He's got 2 to beat out there. He taps the ball over his shoulder, bounces badly for the... Oh, Green's back onto a good play, has a flying shot towards the goal. He's decked after he kicks the ball, and I think the free kick will come down and be taken by Alexander here in the forward pocket.
Well, the Anakie boys, I think, have lost it, I think, at the moment. They're not playing football at all.
Jeremy Alexander to take this free kick no more than, 10, 15 metres out on a slight angle.
This could be a good omen for the Pies, do you think? The mighty Collingwood boys? If the local black and whites get up? Doubt it very much.
Right, Alexander waltzes in and puts it straight through the centre to bring up North Geelong's 15th goal. They go to 15-5, 95, leading Anakie on 9 goals 3, 57, and that came up at the 16-minute mark of the third quarter here at the Western Oval for this grand final day of Geelong District Football League Division 1 between North Geelong and Anakie, proudly brought to you by Guest Video Productions.
Well, they've really got to work hard now, the Anakie boys, from the centre, and that's where they're falling down badly. The little small men of the North Geelong side are absolutely dominating, and I think you'll find that David Cook, the skipper, centre half forwards, infringed on that centre square line before that bounce, and North Geelong now going to attack, and Hughes kicks the ball up long, but big thump there from Sculthorpe, who's been moved to centre half back. Comes down, there's got to be a free kick there, yes, and I think you'll find that the Anakie ruck rover in Scotty Simon will take the free kick. Goes short and finds Jamie Walker on a member's side, half back, kicks long, looking for Cook. Used his body well and just about took that mark, and has been paid by the umpire, yes.
That was good. One against 4 there. He did a great job to get hold of that ball then.
Yeah, used his body very well, did David Cook, and he's got an opportunity now to drive Anakie into attack, and attack he does, but big leap over the top there was young Thulburn, who's fallen rather awkwardly and hurt his back, I think, on that occasion, and it doesn't look too good. But he's obviously been moved out of the centre as well, as Glenn Thulburn in the forward pocket, as we see the big man now, Julian. Good football here, gets it down to Cockerell. He slaps it onto his left foot.
It's true.
I think you'll find he's popped it through. Great goal off the boot there of the ruck rover for the Anakie side in Ian Cockerell. His first and a badly needed 10th goal for the Anakie side.
I don't know what Wayne Thomas from North Geelong's going crooked the goal umpire for, but from here he was behind the goalpost when he took it.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt, Barry. Well, we've been going now 18 minutes of this third and vital quarter. We see that North Geelong enjoying still a 32-point advantage. Anakie with a lot of work to do, as North Geelong can enjoy the breeze in the last quarter as well. The bounce of the ball, Wyzak working hard for his side. It comes to where we see now that Craig Eves kicks long up to half forward. Alexander underneath the football, but has it well knocked away from him by Gogol, and we see the ball now trundle over the line and out of bounds on member's side, half forward flank for the North Geelong Magpies.
Right to boundary umpire with the ball. Throws it in. Up the players go. Pushing and shoving. Wysack gets the tap down, but he's got no one on the ground. North Geelong get it forward through Jacobs. Down towards the pocket. Maroney's there. Swoops on it. Has a flying shot towards goal. Green's in the van here. Leads in the race for the ball. Picks it up. Screws the ball back. And I tell you what, he's got another one. Yes, he has.
Goal.
And that's a great goal to Terry Green. Good play by Maroney there. And quick thinking by Green to get that ball on his boot quickly. Brings up North Geelong 16th. They go to 16-5, 101. Anakie 10 goals, 363. And that came up at the 19-minute mark of the third quarter. Brought to you by Guest Video Productions. And that is Green's 7th goal for the afternoon.
Well, back to the centre. And Wysack again thumps it forward, but look, North Geelong every time, Barry.
Yes, picked up there and kicked forward for them by Sean Phillips. Out towards the half forward line, but Anakie bottle it up and we'll have another ball up. Yes, they're getting killed around the packs, Anakie. We haven't seen much of their little men at all.
And we see that Wysack, who's again doing very well. Cockrell slaps the ball onto his foot and goes to half forward, but again the North Geelong defence thumps the ball back to the centre square. It comes to the skipper now in Timmy Schwinnerson. Sells the dummy sweetly there on Scotty Simon. Goes short, good football, and finds Craig Eves. Craig Eves now on half forward, decides to kick long, looking up there for the big fellow Vivian in front of his opponent, but it was well knocked away from him by Michael Sculthorpe. Good defensive football there by young Jeremy Alexander, and we see now the ball go over the line and out of bounds some 60 metres from the North Geelong goal. Wysack again showing his dominance in the air, but unfortunately he's kicked it again and straight down the throat of the North Geelong back pocket player there in Grantley Buse.
Right, Buse now with the ball in the centre wing. Steadies. Kicks the ball down towards the 50-metre line. No one down. Oh, the player had his back to it, and he was the only one in range of the ball. Turns around, takes a mark, and that's Malcolm Key. Right, Key now. Kicks the ball towards the forward line. Players set themselves down there. North Geelong across the front of the pack, and a nice overhead mark taken from down there about 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle by when he picks himself up. It looks like Jones.
Yeah, Darryl Jones. Very handy footballer too for the North Geelong side. He's kicking from 45 metres directly in front. Good lead there from Craig Eves, ignored. He's going to back himself. The drop punt, it's a lovely kick, but the breeze again holds the ball up in air, and Glenn Thorburn, who looks as though he's having a run on the ball, is happy to rush that through for a minor score.
Well, Anakie are going very defensive this quarter. They've got all their players around the ball. If you have a look at their forward line, they've got 2 men over the centre of the ground on their forward side, and they're kicking with the breeze. Right, a lovely kicking from full-back. Sees an equally good mark taken for North Geelong by Bellwood out there. He plays on, gets it to Maroney. Maroney has a kick towards the 10-yard square, but sitting back there all on his own, an Anakie defender. He kicks the ball out wide, looking for a teammate out here who doesn't let him down in Kogel. Kogel now kicks the ball in towards the centre, over Scotty Simon's head. Alford thumps the ball out wide towards the boundary line here. Anakie run onto this ball, kick the ball forward, down towards the forward line. Over the back it goes where Rooney is in possession. Picks it up, runs into one. The ball spills free and goes over the line and out of bounds.
Well, the North Geelong supporters there in the social stand giving Phil Rooney the raspberry, as the big fella couldn't control that footy. Rooney now doing battle with Neil Alford, takes the front spot, but Alford with a bit more class on that occasion, thumps the ball down. It's well sharked by Cockrell, goes to where now Barry Jacobs flicks the football up, back to where our friend there and Wayne Thomas decides, no, I will go the outer side and give it to Barry Jacobs. Good football. Cool in the crisis, Wayne Thomas, and plenty of experience from that half-back flanker as Jacobs goes up looking for Maroney, but Jeff Totten in the way and forces the ball over the line, and we'll see a throw in outer side centre wing. And he doesn't look too good there either, that North Geelong player. Looks as though he could have broken a wrist, I think. And that's Terry Eberts, the fullback, which is a bit of a blow there for the North Geelong side.
And coming onto the ground is Craig Farrell. Right, the ball now. It goes down towards centre half forward for the North Geelong side. They're in front, but good defensive work by Anakie here. Sees the ball come out. They try and pick it up, overrun the ball. Anakie being held without the ball and will take the free kick, and it's to be taken by Ian Cockerell. Cockerell now at centre half back for the Anakie side. Goes straight down the centre towards centre half forward. Julian in there, couldn't take the mark. Belair's couldn't trap the ball as he came through. He's still in there fighting. He's caught with the ball, but the umpire will move in and ball it up. Big Julian hasn't been in the play that much for Anakie.
Malcolm Key's going down to full back. They've moved him from, the forward line, right down to full back.
Well, Phil Runya will enjoy that because he's about twice his size. As we see the ball at the centre half forward for the Anakie side, but they just lacked any penetration at all. And Ian Cockerell's having a red hot go, but can't control the footy. And I think you'll find that there will be a ball up here in the middle of Western Oval, where we see that at the 24.5 minute mark of this third quarter, North Geelong boys enjoying a 39-point lead.
Right, big Alford for North Geelong. Thumps the ball wide in the direction of running teammate out there in Tony Spence. Spence picks it up, kicks the ball round towards the half-forward line where Moroney's in the van there, but it beats him across the line. He and Thorburn across the line, and we'll have a throw-in between centre wing and half-forward flank for North Geelong. Right, the boundary line throw in. Wysack uses his body, grabs the ball out the ruck, runs away with it, handballs to a teammate who kicks the ball down towards centre half forward to the leading player down there in Julian. He can't trap the ball. He's North Geelong strong in defence. The ball comes down towards the centre. Picked up here and kicked forward by, no, it's not kicked forward. He loses the ball, Roach. North Geelong get it through Muddy Widdowson. He kicks the ball long down towards a forward line. Green's in there. He couldn't trap the ball. Picked up for Anakie in defence here by Watch It. He kicks the ball out wide where we see Totten get the ball. A short kick around the wing and a mark taken there by Roach. Roach now comes around further around the wing and a nice mark taken there by Jamie Walker. Walker now on centre wing. Kicks the ball down towards the half-forward line. Players set themselves down there over the back of the pack into the arms of Wayne Thomas. Thomas now kicks the ball around to the centre wing. Swenderson couldn't take the ball. Kick forward here for Anakie down towards their 50-metre line, over the line and out on the full.
Well, not a lot of purpose at the present time coming from the Anakie boys. That's probably due to the good the credit to the North Geelong fellas for the pressure that they're applying as Alford now goes short, looking there for Craig Eve. Over his head, Walker now spills the ball onto his left foot. Cook is at centre half forward. We can see now that Jeff Cockerell comes through, tries to pick the football up. There was Greg, I should say, as again, Daisy, Mickey Carter just comes in there a little bit late. Nothing serious. And we'll see a ball up just on the edge of the square. The attacking side for the Anakie boys, who are in desperate need of a couple of quick goals, late stages of this third quarter. Wysack thumps it down to where young Jimmy Elmer flicks out the hand pass to Thorburn from 50 metres now. Shoots at goal, pops it down to where it's over Rooney's head. I think you'll find it's floated through. Great goal off the bird of Glenn Thorburn. Kicks his second and about needed 11th goal for the Anakie side.
Yes, and at the 27 mark of the third quarter, North Geelong are on 16 goals, 102, leading Anakie, 11 goals, 369, and that's brought to you by Guest Video Production. Just in this quarter, Noel, did you notice in Anakie's rooms at half-time, a player I'm just missing is Coots, number 8. I haven't seen him at all this quarter.
He may have been taken off. He could have been
he was definitely in there at half-time, there's no doubt about that.
Right, the ball from the centre, overrun here, picked up by Anakie in the centre, kicked the ball towards centre half forward. Players set themselves down there, Julian in front, thumped away by the North defence. Picked up here for Anakie and running wide, a long handball out towards Thorburn again, but this time it comes unstuck. North Geelong come down, kick the ball towards centre half forward. The bouncing ball, Moroney taps it over, Wysack comes through for Anakie, barges his way through, loses the ball. A handball out by the Anakie side, a quick kick down out towards the far side of the ground. Picked up for Anakie out there by Alma. Alma has one bounce, runs to the 50-metre line, kicks the ball down towards the forward line, but it's all North Geelong, and a nice mark taken down there by Alford. Alford out towards the back pocket, finds a teammate there, handballs to another unattended player out there. Buse is it going through the half-back line. He's kicked now towards the centre of the ground. Players set themselves, North Geelong in front, and North Geelong take the mark.
Andrew Vivian, the big ruckman for the North Geelong side, having a bit of a spell at centre-half forward. Plays on now, gets around Alec Wysack quite easily. Kicks long now, up there to the pocket. Peter Waddock underneath the football, can't trap it, but Barry Jacobs can. Oh, copped one a little high, but doesn't matter because he's popped through another one. The Maggies are on fire.
That's 4 goals this quarter to Barry Jacobs, 5 for the game. North Geelong go to 17-6, 108. Anakie 11-3, 69. We've been going 29 minutes here into the third quarter, brought to you by Guest Video Productions.
Well, it's good percentage football that the Northerners are playing at the present time, Barry, and I think persisting down the corridor, and well, they're doing it really, really easily.
Percentage doesn't come into it in grand finals, Ron Brain. I can tell you that from 1897 or whenever the game was invented right till today. Percentage means nothing in a grand final.
Correct, I agree, but the way they're doing it, they're going to make it a little bit of an embarrassment of the Anakie boys.
Right,
does that mean they start on top of the ladder next year?
That's it.
Right, the bounce of the ball sees Anakie come away from the centre. They kick the ball down towards the half-forward line. In front again, the North Geelong defence. They got the numbers at the ball again. Scott Simons couldn't get it. The handball forward. Kick off the ground by North Geelong. Sees the ball go down. Picked up here by Anakie. Good play in defence this time. Kicked the ball out towards the half-forward line. Sitting underneath. Oh, bad luck for the captain there in Cook. He couldn't take the mark. Runs in there, and the ball kicked further down by North Geelong, close to the boundary line, and over and out. Good defensive play there by Sean Phillips for the North Geelong side.
Bit of frustration creeping into David Cook's game, I would suggest, the Anakie captain, as we see that Alec Wysack now thumps the ball some 30 metres towards his goal, but chipping in again for the North Geelong side is Shane Burns, who was happy to see it go over the line and just waste a little bit more time whilst the Anakie boys are kicking with this breeze.
Hasn't done enough, has he, Wysack, today?
Well, he's dominated the air. I think you'll find it's these little players around the ground that have let him down. I mean, here he is again with the footy. He's going to be penalised.
Ron. No point in having it and not getting rid of it.
Trying to do a little bit too much, and that's again frustration.
There goes the siren to terminate the third quarter here at the Western Oval in the Geelong District Football League Division 1 Grand Final, where we see on the scoreboard now the score is...
Here we go.
North Geelong 17-6, 108. Anakie 11-3, 69. And I'll tell you this, folks, she's all over.
Geez, you're not making judgments before the final siren, no?
I'm telling you now, North Geelong will win this by 6 goals.
Okay, well, that's an interesting prediction from Noel Fanning.
The 6 in front at the moment.
I've been known to be wrong before. I mean, I think last Sunday I was proved wrong, wasn't I, at the Ballarat?
That's correct, but still, funnier things have happened in this a great game of ours, Australian rules football. Only time will tell. We'll come back shortly to the final quarter.